Welcome everybody back to this week's GA meeting, where we tell our loved ones we're getting the help we need, but we all know we're really here to talk about guns. And in today's video, you've probably already seen it in the intro, we have a Beretta. Now this is actually my first Beretta, so very psyched about it. But this is the Beretta PMX, so let's get into it. So like I said, I actually don't have any Berettas until I purchased this one. Now, this Beretta, I got an absolute smoking deal on it. We did get it from Palmetto State Armory. And this gun is a gun that, and the PMX is something that definitely piqued my interest when I saw it come out, maybe a year and a half ago. But the price tag kind of kept me away from it. I was like, around $1,500 for this gun is very expensive, especially for a straight blowback gun, which I didn't see why it would cost so much for a straight blowback. We are empty. You know, this is $1,500 and you can get a CZ Scorpion, which is a straight blowback. The mags are very cheap and affordable and easily found, and you can get that for $800-900. So you're saving like $700 on a Scorpion. But one day, I don't know how I did it, but I was just found myself on Palmetto's website. They had a sale going on, so I was just going through the page on all the sales, seeing the deals they had on guns, and I saw this pop up for $850. I'm like, that's right in line with the CZ Scorpion. So I clicked on it just to look at it, and then they have a rebate going on this for $150 to the end of the year. So $850 with a $150 rebate, you're talking $700. This is cheaper than a CZ Scorpion. And I'm like, this is a gun that's $1,500, that's $700. That's more than 50% off. So I picked it up. I said, for $700, I got to see what it's about, especially being that this is brand new. This is not like a used gun I'm finding at the FFL or gun show or something. Like, I don't know what they've done to it in the past. This is a brand new gun that's $1,500 usually for $700. So we went ahead and picked it up. Now, the optic did not come with it. I put that optic on. And so far, so good. It's a more affordable optic. I wanted to try it out and see how it does. And we put, I want to say, 150, 200 rounds through this. No issues at all. Gun functioned very well. Plus, we do have a brace coming for this soon. The brace is not on. So we didn't have a brace at the range. So we kind of had to hold it out there, and I have to say it was pretty accurate for kind of holding it out there in no man's land. Before we get into more of the shooting, let's go over the gun and what it comes with. So in my box, I got two 30-round magazines, which these are they're pretty much in line with every magazine I've seen, except for, like I said, CZ, because CZ's got some very affordable mags. But these are around $50 on Beretta's website. I did not check aftermarket if anybody makes them, but for me, I would trust the company that makes the gun with the mags and not so much aftermarket, because I want my gun to be reliable. So $50 is really in line with most mags these days. Like I said, it does not come with this optic, but it comes with a full Picatinny rail to mount whatever you want. You can do a light, optic, magnifier. You've got the room to do it. The barrel is 6 inches long. It is threaded, so you guys want to put a suppressor or something on that, most certainly can. It does come with this little hand stop, which is very nice, because if your hand accidentally slips, you know, that's a bad day. The charging handle is reversible, but I actually do like it on this side. And I have to say, for a straight blowback, it's very easy to manipulate. There's not a lot of weight on that spring And that was one thing that made me a little worried when we took it to the range to see how it would do. That spring is very light, no issues. With 115 grain, Blazer brass, and um, Winchester. So mag goes in nice. This does have an ambidextrous mag release. So this one you kind of have to push pretty hard on for it to come out. On this side, you kind of just tap it and it flies out. The bolt release is right here. So you can either charge it with a round in it and to release the bolt, or pull down on the bolt release, which is pretty cool. So you can, you know, like I said, there it is. So with the bolt back, it looks like this comes out a lot easier on this side. With the bolt forward, you really gotta push in and pull on that mag to come out. But again, on this side, just a little tap and it flies out. So that's not too big of a deal because I'm a righty and my finger's going to always be right there on the mag release. But for you lefties, you're going to have to push pretty hard or make sure the bolt is back. So that might be a big deal for you guys. Not too big of a deal for me. It does also have an ambidextrous safety. And this safety I do not like at all. Now, does it work? Yes. We're on safe. Can't hit the trigger. Take it off safe. Works. And that trigger's not too bad either. We'll get into that. But when you have the safety off, it takes this nice, sharp safety and digs it into your hand. And every time that gun comes back, it just keeps chipping and chipping away at your hand. And it is sharp. They couldn't sand that down or anything. Now, if you wear gloves or something, it's not going to be a big deal. But when we were out there, that safety was definitely digging in. And it doesn't matter lefty or righty, that's going to hit you. I mean, like, look how sharp that is. That's like razor blade right there. So I don't know if they make anything aftermarket where we could change that or make it where, I mean, really what they should have done is this is fire, this is safe. So you could just flip it up with your finger, you know, and then it's out of the way and you can shoot this thing very comfortably. That is probably my biggest problem with the PMX. Up here in the front, you have Picatinny on all four sides. The two sides you can take off, but for me, I kind of like it there. It gives me a little bit more to grab onto. So before we get into this gun too much, I want to talk about really how this gun came to be. So for myself, I really wanted this gun because it was based off one of my favorite guns from the 80s and 90s, which just by looking at it, most of you can tell the Tech 9. So the Tech 9 was a straight blowback tube gun, and that's exactly what this Beretta is. You can see, you know, it's got this round tube style bolt, and that's exactly what the Tech 9 is. Now the Tech 9, not very reliable. Not reliable at all, actually. You can probably get 2 to 3 rounds through it before a malfunction. Mine, at least. I've heard a couple people say theirs are more reliable. That's cool. I didn't buy the Tech 9 to shoot it a lot. I bought the Tech 9 because I like it. Now, but I bought this to shoot it a lot. And we'll get into that. So, B&T, which is a Swiss manufacturer, they make a lot of PCCs. They're really good. PCCs is what I've heard. I've actually never shot a B&T. One day I hope to get one on the channel for you guys. But B&T went out and they took the Tech 9 and they modernized it. And they produced about 1,000 of them. Sold out very quickly. Was a very popular gun. But B&T was only making 1,000. It was just kind of a pet project for B&T. And everybody seemed to like it. They were reliable. Same thing, straight blowback tube style gun. And again, if I could get my hands on one of those, that would be pretty cool. But I'm sure they're pricey. So Beretta took a look at what B&T had done, and they asked to buy the designs or the rights for it. So Beretta buys that from B&T, and they start producing the gun because it's very similar to what their police departments in Italy carry. And they kind of wanted something a little bit more modernized. So they took the B&T design and they made the PMX, or whatever it's called, for them over there, which is for police, which is for their Secret Service, military contracts, whatever. Then they released this version, which is the semi-auto version, for the public. And that's how we got to PMX. So really, PMX and the Tech 9 are very, very similar. Now, don't go thinking you can put Tech 9 parts in a Beretta or the Beretta parts in the Tech 9. I don't think there's anything that actually crosses over, but they're very similar in design. And the last thing I said is there is a QD point here for a sling, but we have purchased the brace for this. Just hasn't come yet. So we're waiting on that. And it does fold, so that will be very nice. You'll have a folding brace. The other thing that really doesn't bother me, but might bother a lot of people, you might want to replace the grip. Cannot do that on the Beretta. So I actually thought this might have been like a little compartment to put screws and tools, but it is not. So all in all, like I said, I had 3 people out to the range. We'll get rid of this box for right now. Like I said, I had 3 different people out to the range, including myself. We all fired this firearm. Very reliable, very accurate so far, the rounds that we've put through it. The only bad thing I have to say about it personally is going to be the safety. And I am definitely going to look to see if there's something aftermarket we could do, because it's just not, it's not fun when that digs into your hand. That, or I'm going to have to get gloves every time I shoot this thing. But yeah, I'm excited for when the brace comes, so stay tuned for that. We will definitely have a video out for the brace for this. And we're definitely going to be taking this thing out to the range again. So if you want to see more content on this PMX, you got to let me know that down in the comments. We are closing in on 1,500 subscribers, so if you don't mind getting down there and hitting that subscribe button. Especially, we have no sponsors, all firearms, optics, ammo, parts, everything you see on this channel has been purchased by myself. There are no sponsors for this channel, so subscribing helps out tremendously. And like I said, if you want to see any more content on this, you gotta let me know that down in the comments, and we will definitely do that if that's something you guys want to see. That's everything I got for you in today's meeting. I do appreciate you sticking all the way to the end. And until next time, thanks guys.